Oh hi, it's Bukai, and welcome back to another video for our solo Let's Play challenge for IdleOn. And, well, as you can see, we've been grinding on the Gigafrogs all night long on there, which has been a pretty good decision, especially when my internet is taking a crap, and who knows when that's going to get fixed, or if that's going to get fixed on there. I have a feeling I'm going to get a better connection if I go live in the middle of the Atlantic. But, you know, is what it is. I can't change too much, so I figured I might as well make use of this bad time on there within the internet and just set up my account so that way I can grind on the actual worst of the worst for the Zao stacks. Where if I've got to be spending, 24 or 20 to 24 to 25 hours solidly in a row on one spot, I may as well set it up on the worst spot of all to build up the actual stacks for Zao. And it seems to be working on there as, the Gigafrogs, I think they're up to around 38k or something like that, or a decent number. And of course on there, when I was recording this, I completely forgot to switch over to Dice 3, and I also, when I switched over, forgot to highlight all of my loot. So I seriously hope that I did not accidentally get rid of a Pop Opal, which, funnily enough, I do not recall actually seeing them drop, even though they should be dropping from the actual Gigafrogs here. And, I mean, it's a very rare drop, but it's one of those, I've literally spent days on these Gigafrogs. Please give me the Pop Opals. The Bronze Opal of Pop are the best opal to get on the actual family tree, and one thing that I'm looking forward to, I'm not sure if this is going to come out in World 3, I'm genuinely curious if it does. If it does, I'm going to be happy, where you can actually merge your opals on there. And if you can merge your opals, merging those bronze opals of Pop, oh man, that'll be so good and powerful and almost broken. And, well, I mean, you can see somebody else from Ohio popping in on there. It looks like he did not see me. It's possible I'm flickering in and out and whatnot on the actual server, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But again, I apologize for leaving the mouse in the middle of the screen. It's bothering me as much as it's bothering you guys, I bet. Man, I'd be a wicked middle school teacher. Just sitting there, leave the actual... just sit there, leave the mouse in the middle of the screen. I would do it on purpose, too, if I was a teacher. Just because I knew it bothered students. I guess it's good I'm not a teacher. I'm a little bit of a sadist by the sounds of it. How do the Germans call it? Schadenfreude. Happiness at the misfortune of others. Leave it to the Germans. And I realize I just pissed off probably like 8 to 10% of my entire audience, because when I look at the metrics for people that are watching this on there, it's like 5% Germany, 3% Austria. It's like 0.05 of Switzerland, and then like 0.01 from Luxembourg. So, yeah, a decent chunk of my audience is coming from the Germanics on there. Actually, who knows with the actual Switzerland one? Those Switzerland ones could be French Swiss, or they could be the German Swiss. It won't tell me on there, so who knows whether it's the French Swiss or whatnot, but either way, they're Germanics. So a lot of this video is going to be me sitting on top of the actual frogs until, like, now, where I decide to deposit all of the hot dogs and whatnot that I had bought previously before starting on this. The reason why I'm still buying hot dogs is because considering I'm going to be trying to building up my golden peanuts supply, as that's a huge stopgap for my actual solo Let's Play challenge, especially because considering I need to go back to mining soon. So building up a large pool of money, as well as building up a supply of resources, is going to be important. Now, supposedly World 3 is coming next week. This is rumors, and it's also partially confirmed by the dev. We'll see if it actually happens, and we'll see how the world actually goes for that. Because considering, well, Lava's famous for, as with most solo devs on there, myself included, was saying, yeah, it'll be out by this date. Yeah, it'll be out by this date. Yeah, it'll be out by this date. It's just the nature of development on there. things get delayed, things get pushed back, and there's not much that you can do on there. And there's another Ojai player on there. I'm surprised they must have been AFK and not seeing me on there. So I got to pick up the actual Coliseum tickets on here, just considering I haven't been picking them up the past couple days, and oh no, I did pick them up today. I swear I saw 3 tickets drop. Maybe I'm just going blind, and even in this post commentary, I'm going blind, and yeah. So as you can see there, I've got 26,000. That was the number on the Gigafrogs that I'm at. I'm a quarter of the way there. A place that I would not be anywhere near had it not been for this internet crapping out. So there is a good thing happening to this on there. Leave it to me to try to find a silver lining in a pile of crap on there. But you know what? I was going to say, you know what? I will do it, but I'm probably the most pessimistic person you'll ever see on there. Because I take the old Hunnick philosophy of prepare for bad times and you'll see only good times. If you know that the world's going to be crap, well, put on a gas mask so you don't smell it on there. And then you'll be happy because you won't be smelling crap the entire day. That's just my philosophy. I don't know if other people want to subscribe to that or whatnot, but it's what I enjoy. Now, I'm going to apologize considering I can already hear the actual bands and whatnot from my computer starting to go haywire. So this recording might actually have to be paused for a bit, and you guys probably are hearing that into the actual mic. If the motherboard starts beeping, then I will absolutely cut the recording for a bit, as I need a new computer. This one's dying. I don't know why, but it's dying. I'll get a new one eventually. So once I was done that, I decided to go run back down to the actual Gigafrogs. I go back to the shop, thinking that I bought the hot dogs yesterday, but I actually bought it today on there. So my memory's clearly fading on me, and well, is what she is. Can't really complain, but we got to go back to the actual Gigafrogs on there and just keep grinding them up. So I open up my Alchemy as well, considering I want to see precisely how much I need to actually continue on my Alchemy. I got 2 rolls on this on there, and I'm debating whether I should go over and just keep gambling or just say screw it, just keep sitting on the Gigafrogs for a bit and just wait. Because that'll keep going up, and within just 2, it's not slowed down too much. It will slow down. So after sitting on Gigafrogs for a while, I kind of tabbed back to my thing on there, and I realized I forgot to check the post office at all today. And so I opened it up, and I realized that, okay, so I gotta refresh this order, and I noticed that, hey, I can do that one. And I need to do slimes today. So then, what I kind of decide to do is, should I go back? It's only at a streak of 1, but it might be worth it to actually hook back and say, you know what, screw it, let's go. And that's exactly what I decide. I decide to go right to the actual slimes in order to keep building up. The slimes are just needed. They're getting the actual post office in order to boost up my max mana, in order to keep my mana regen up, is going to help out my barb dramatically. And the more I can get rid of the actual cards, or the more I can get rid of talents going into mana, the better off it will be. Even though I've got a decent chunk of the actual mana regen right now. And, well, as you can see, I'm just running by and just murdering as I can go. It's a barbarian. Can't get mad at him. He knows no better. Of course, he stops, right? I don't know why, but it seems like the auto path always, anytime you step up on something, decides to change whatever your click was and say, no, we're attacking now. So you can end up with these weird glitches where you just start running up and down the vines or like the ropes, and your character just won't turn off the auto, and will just, every time he reaches the top, will walk right back down, or vice versa. Oh, I still haven't done the fun guy quests on there. Is that the timey-wimey one on there? I should check that next time on there. If I remember, that's the catch. So I'm going to be sitting on the actual slimes for the next bit, as I've got to get the 200 on the actual slimes. Or 186, whatever the number was on there. It's not really that important. Either way, I'm sitting on slimes for a fair bit on there, and Yeah, so I'm sitting on the actual slimes for a bit. I can kill up to 740 something an hour. So it's not like it's that. It's not like it's gonna take that long on there, especially considering the drop rate for one is like 1 and 2, 1 and 4, something like that. So at tops, it'll be an hour on there. So most of the rest of this video is going to be me sitting on the actual slimes and just keep killing them until we reach a certain point on there where we can actually go back into the post offices. I really should also, ignoring just the post office on there, I really should go back and grind slimes up for a bit, at least one night, especially while this internet's crap. But even though slimes is easier to get the Zao stack on, I should still spend about a night on there in order to build up my supply of my slimes. Because considering if my goal is to try and get up to the tier 4 of the spear, I kind of need to be sitting on the slimes for a bit. Because considering I need, yeah, it's like 2 royal bayonets, which takes 6 of the actual, which takes 6 of the good old-fashioned sharpened axes, or whatever they're called on there. And those 6 of them take 150 each. So it's going to be a bit before I can actually build that stuff up. And there's been a decent number of Ohai in this video on there. Not just the Ohai 2, but like the actual Ohai. It's funny considering I seem to be recording mostly in their off times, but it seems like we're picking up more people that are actually active during the time that I'm playing. And so I pick up the two post office orders, and I think this is where I just teleport back to Gigafrog. So this has been going on for a bit. If you guys have been enjoying this video, don't hesitate to give it a like, a subscribe, pass it on to your friends. And oh, yeah, sorry, I jumped the gun. Here it is. Look at that. Look at that. And they say I have a gambling problem. Yeah. There's no gambling problem here if it eventually works. If you slam your head against a brick wall long enough, eventually the brick wall will break, or you just won't remember that you were slamming your head against the wall. One of the two will work, but this time I broke it. But yes, back to what I was saying on there. If you guys are enjoying this, don't hesitate to give it a like, a subscribe, pass it away to your friends, and if you didn't like it, throw it to your enemies. If there's anything I can do to improve, let me know in the comments below. If you also would like to help completely support the channel on there, there's a link to a coffee shop in the description below where you guys can go ahead and buy me a coffee. It'd be much appreciated. And with that, take care, everyone.